Never, ever, ever, for any reason, ever tell a homeowner that their roof is damaged. And you're probably thinking, Adam, you're a nutcase. I do that all the time. And by the way, I did too. But when you watch this video, you're going to learn how to get the homeowner to tell you that the roof is damaged. Because let's be real, my friend. When we are in door-to-door sales, which most of us are when we're dealing with storm-damaged roofs, whether it's hail, wind, or hurricane, we're showing up unannounced. People have no idea who we are. They don't know our company name. And then we show up there, we offer our free inspection, we come down, and then we say, by the way, your roof's in a lot of trouble. You got all this damage. You need to replace it. They're like, duh. Do you mean to tell me you're a door-to-door salesperson and you're showing up offering a free inspection and my roof is damaged and you just so happen to make money selling roofs? Oh, I really trust you. Said no one ever. So what we need to do is take a step back in sales and realize this fundamental principle. And here it is. People don't buy things they don't need, and people need to take ownership of their problems. I want to give you an example. If someone that you know drinks too much, and you tell them all the time, you drink too much, you drink too much. Well, guess what? Does it mean that they're going to stop drinking? No. When is it when they stop drinking? It's when they say, I realize I drink too much and have a problem. And it's only at that point when they've taken ownership of their problem that they then seek a solution and change their behavior. Likewise with buying new things. If you have someone show up, you go to get an oil change, right? And the oil change shop is always like, well, I got bad news for you. One, you need a cabin filter for sure. If you don't get that cabin filter changed, you are just breathing toxic, terrible air. Number two, you're going to need a regular air filter. Number three, your struts are well beyond shot. We're going to want to do that, which means you're also going to need an alignment. And by the way, you probably should get a coolant flush and a transmission flush while you're here because you are reaching the critical mileage on your vehicle. And you're sitting there thinking, my vehicle doesn't smell. I don't need a cabin filter. It's running just fine. It has 50,000 miles and you tell me everything's going to explode. No. But if you experience problems with your steering or your handling, you're going to go in for service. So again, I use that mechanic distrust because most people don't trust a mechanic at all, ever, for any reason. And it's because they always are trying to make more money from us, as people believe that we do in door-to-door sales. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to get the homeowner telling you the roof is damaged because you never want to tell them it's damaged. Before we get into it, welcome. Or welcome back. My name is Adam Bensman, the Roof Strategist. And everything I do here is designed to help you smash your income goal and give every customer an amazing experience. And my real passion with this whole roofing industry is that anyone, regardless of your age, regardless of your background, your education, how much money you've made in the past, it's an equal opportunity for us. And the way that we earn more money in this industry is by changing what we say. Okay, and I teach, and I don't want to get too far down a rabbit hole here. I teach that roofing sales is a success formula. Three things. The B, which is who you are and who you will become, or for owners. This is getting the right people who are cut out not only for the industry, but for your company. That's the B. Doing the right sales activities every day. That's knocking doors, sending direct mail letters, cold call, referrals, you name it. You follow the right plan, you do the right sales activities, and then the say. You say the right thing when you're pitching at the door, overcoming objections, and closing. Boom, sky's the limit. When all three pillars are strong, growth skyrockets. That's how Cody, by the way, shout out to Cody, he just flew out to join me for dinner the other day. He's on pace for $20 million in his first year. Got another company that did $5 million. In their third year, they're on pace for 20. Got another company that was doing about $1 million on pace for 4x growth. Why? Because they have all three pillars strong. And that's what has led to my all-in-one sales training, sales strategy, and sales system called the Roofing Sales Success Formula. So if you're interested in that for you or your team, there's a link in the description to the website, as well as our phone number that you can call or text. So part of this whole thing is communicating clearly. And the beautiful part in roofing sales, we change what we say. We can stroke ourselves a $5, $10, $15, $20,000 per month bonus from communicating well. So one of the ways that we close more deals is to get the homeowner telling us that their roof is damaged. They take ownership of it. All right, so how do we do that? First things first, many of us are working, all my friends up north, you guys are working hail that's like wee big. And most homeowners are like, what storm are you talking about? My roof is fine. I remember vividly, by the way, I'm curious if this happened to you. First roof I was ever on, I remember looking down. I got the classic adjuster. I wish my framing on my shot, I don't want to get too far down. Hands on the knees, right? And I'm looking down. Is that hail? No, that's not it. Is that just, no, that's, oh, there's one. All right, we just need 9 more. All right, is that some hail? Is that, no, that's not. There we go, that's another one. And I'm sitting here with this adjuster, and I'm like, why in the world is this roof getting replaced? It seems fine. Now, it took me a while to learn why the roof gets replaced, which is a topic in a story for another time. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is I made the mistake of showing my little finger pointing at a tiny little black spot on a shingle, and the homeowner's like, seriously, that's what you're pointing? I don't understand, it looks fine. They don't get it. So for me to come down and say, oh, your roof is just totaled, or maybe it's a lifted shingle or a crease, they don't realize the significance of that damage, the long-term effects of that damage, the compromised lifespan of that damage. So what we need to do instead is this. We need to do 3 things. 1, why, oops, I skipped it, what storm damage is. Okay? By the way, I do teach this for retail in my program as well. What storm damage is, oops, I forgot the word damage. This is what happens when you talk and write. What storm damage is, why the insurance company covers it, and I'm just going to write INSCO, covers it. And then the third point is why homeowners, just like you, do something about it. Okay? Why homeowners, just like you, do something about it. This is mission critical. So, what storm damage is, why the insurance company covers it, and why homeowners just like you do something about it. This is before I show them the photos. Then, now that I've explained, I say, hey, would you like to see what your roof looks like? And they say yes. Now I have a great image queued up that tells the story. And then I can say, hey, do you see what I'm seeing? And they say, yeah. So what is it that you see? And then they start describing the damage to me. They start telling me about the problems on their roof. And do you know what happens at this point? They take full ownership. They've acknowledged that they have a problem. Because let me ask you this, do you like being told what to do? No, said no one ever. No one likes being told what to do. So we give the homeowner the information to come to the conclusion on their own. This is exactly what I do in my all-in-one sales training, sales strategy, and sales system. You know, they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. My sales approach, and this is just one tiny little snippet of it, is to guide the horse to water while getting the horse really thirsty. So when that water is right there, it can't help but lick down and go in for a lap and satiate that and quench that thirst. So by doing this, your homeowner acknowledges the problem, takes ownership in the problem, and most importantly, sees your photos in the right way. Now, I want to close with a story to give you a perspective of this strategy, which, by the way, is called framing and why it works. True story, by the way. I'm in college, and I bought a bottle of 10 High whiskey. Do you know what 10 High whiskey is? Now, if you're one of my friends on the other side that says, yes, I do, I just want to say in advance, I'm sorry you do. 10 High is basically grain alcohol. It's really, it's like not safe for human consumption. It's that bad. We've all drank it, right? And maybe it needs to be diluted in something like really sugary. So here's the prank. I'm in college, I'm with a friend of mine. And I'm like, man, let's bring this to the party. I poured it in a mason jar, all right, a jug, a little glass jug. Bring it to the party. And we had this whole story. So I walk up to these people. I say, hey, listen, guys, my uncle owns a small batch distillery in Kentucky. And he made just a couple of cases of this bourbon, and it is amazing. He shipped it to me. This stuff is selling for like $250 a bottle. You gotta try it. And then people grab the jug, the little glass jar, and they take a swig. And I watch the just pure disgust on their face. Man, that is delicious. Why? How? Because we used framing. We told the story to manipulate how they would interpret the experience. And you know who's amazing at doing this? Magicians. If you want some inspiration, go watch the Carbonaro Effect. I love watching that show because this magician, Michael Carbonaro, can control the environment and lead up to the big reveal or the trick that makes so much sense in such a wow factor because he built up to that moment. He doesn't just go in and like say, hey, look, I can make card disappear. He draws you in and controls your attention and creates the frame in which you're going to experience the big reveal of the magic trick. And the same thing went with the whiskey. I told them how to experience it and what it was all about. Now, if I said, hey, try this, take a sip of this swill and I hope you have something to chase it right away, they're going to have that consistent experience. Now, I know that's an extreme, but it's really fun way to think about the power of framing, to tell people what they're about to see. This is what storm damage is, why the insurance covers it, and why homeowners just like you do something about it. Educate, educate, educate. By the way, I go through this in great detail in my program. Then, would you like to see what your roof looks like? I show them. I say, hey, do you see what I see? Tell me what you're seeing here. They are now taking ownership of it, and this helps you close more deals left and right. Stupid simple and wicked powerful. If you want to learn more about my program, the Roofing Sales Success Formula, I have packages available for individual reps or for teams, all right? You can visit the website. There's a link in the description below, or you can call or text our office, okay? This will reach our office, and we can answer any questions you have or potentially set up a time for private demo. And you can text or call 303-222-7133. Be honored to chat with you. Now, just because our time here is about to wrap up doesn't mean that your and my time needs to. So if you want to learn more about closing, you should download a free copy of my Pitch Like a Pro Roofing Sales Training video library and jump right into that section on closing and binge to your heart's content. And YouTube thinks you're really going to like this one. We'll see you soon.